from doing. This is the next step method for creators. So maybe you know this, dreaming more than doing. Here's how to find your next step. If you're a creator, maybe you got a clear vision, but you catch yourself dreaming more than doing, this one's for you. Today I'm answering a question from our manifestation community. How do you know your next move will actually move you closer? And I'll show you a simple anti-force process that turns vision into aligned action. No pushing, no burnout, just clear steps you can feel and follow. All right? So this question comes from Katrina in our manifestation community. And I'm going to read this up for you because I really like the question. So Katrina writes this: I do really well with art for my manifestations. I have a clear picture of what I want, but I find myself dreaming more than doing. What is the next step? Question. How do I know what my next movement will? How do I know if my next movement will get me closer to my dream? I really enjoyed that question. So thanks for just having the courage to sharing that and getting it out here. So I'm going to share a couple of ideas. When I read this question, a couple of ideas that can help you if you're in the same situation as Katrina. So first of all, when I say without forcing, here's the thing, I even call it the trap, and I was trapped in this trap for so many years. Force versus flow. And I just got this image preparing this video that if you got this rubber band, you got a rubber band, and you try to force things. So it's kind of like you stretch things. And I know there's so many videos, there's so much about just going out of your comfort zone, pushing it to the limit and forcing and all of these things. But the fact is, if you do like this and then you let go, what will happen? Snaps back, right? And the thing is, this might work short term, but this way of working rarely holds. And I'm not saying not to work. I'm not saying not to use power. I'm just speaking about not forcing things. You can try it, but if it works, like it works for you forcing things, that's good. Then keep on doing that if it's the right thing for you. I'm just talking about force versus flow when answering Katrina's question here. My invitation to you is, or my approach, what I'm more and more leaning into myself is listening, allowing, and then act. I'm gonna repeat that. Listening, allowing, and then act. And we're gonna dive into this. So, first of all, and I shared this to Katrina, this was the first thing that came to my mind. Katrina said, I am successful with, or something like that, with drawing, using my art, drawing my manifestation. I got a clear image of what I want. This is a good thing. So if a person like Katrina is good at visualizing and good at using art, my suggestion is use that art to draw the path, or maybe just the next steps, not the outcome anymore. Yeah, still keep the outcome, the vision in mind, and keep visualizing, keep drawing. But when it's very clear, now it's time to the action part, to the actually doing part. And this is where I say, a suggestion is, use your creativity to draw the next steps. Not all of the steps, just the next steps. So you can draw where you are right now. You can draw, let's say you're here. You can draw your desired scene, your vision, and then without thinking too much, don't use this one. Let it come from the creativity. Let it come from the deeper part. Let it come from your higher self. Let it come from your heart, whatever is the right thing for you. And just draw the next steps. So you're here, you want to go here, draw the next steps. All right? Now, I would say this is creativity. So that's for a person who do art and is good with this. It could be a person who's very good at singing. Now, let's say you're good at singing. You could do the same thing. Just if that helps you, if that's the way of expressing yourself, well, imagine or sing the next steps. If you're a dancer, do the same thing. Use whatever it is where your creativity sparks, use that to step into the next steps. Let them show up for you. So, and I would also say, maybe it's a good idea not to put too much force into this. So just the next couple of tiny steps. Next couple of tiny steps, just to get yourself moving. Then do that, do the things. Then draw, sing, dance, the next steps. And keep doing this. And maybe a person is good visualizing and don't really use any other expressions. Then visualize your next steps. Okay, this is my vision. I'm here. Visualize what are the next steps for me. This is very deep. This is very powerful. So see, this is the next step in this. So the first step is actually getting out of that trap of needing to do the action. Use your creativity to get into the next steps. And the next thing is actually to process. To visualize your process. That's the next steps. Install this routine inside of you, which is see yourself doing the action. Not just having the result. This is two different things. See yourself doing the action. And this can be very, very quick. So what I really have found is very helpful is to do this to calm down the nervous system. I spoke about this in other videos. So breathe in for 4, hold it for a couple of seconds, and breathe out nice and easily for 6. This is calming down your whole nervous system. And when you've done this, do this for 1 or 2 minutes, you feel yourself getting more calm. Then watch yourself perform the next steps. So let's say you are a painter and art is your way of expressing yourself. And let's say that your vision is to become a world-famous artist. Could be your next, I'm not saying it is, that's your thing. It's your path. But could be your next step is actually to make a drawing, make art. Could be your next step is to post or upload or make a website with the art. Could be your next step is to call a gallery about your art, whatever it is. But instead of just doing it, keep visualizing yourself doing it. Because what will happen is it will ease the tension of doing it, and it will ease or release the force. So we are more into aligned flow process here. And again, when you do this, one thing that can be very powerful is to be very aware of how does it feel inside. So if I am visualizing myself uploading the next video and I feel a lot of tension inside about this, now here is some clearing work to actually be very aware of what is this tension and letting go of the tension. And then see, okay, if I visualize me uploading a video, is it better now? Because if the tension is there, whether it's anxiety or whether it's like, I'm not gonna do that, or it's too much work or something like that, that's the rubber band. That's the rubber band. What we want is actually flow. So the third thing here, that was 2 things. The third thing that came to my mind here is if a person doesn't really get answers from drawing the next steps or visualizing the next steps, here is a powerful thing that probably will help. It helped me and it helped clients of mine. It's an intention question. It's kind of like inviting the nudge. So you can set this intention, say this sentence, something like that. It's my intention that the next aligned step reveals itself clearly today, or clearly the next couple of days. Something like that. It's my intention that the next aligned step reveals itself clearly in the coming days. So just setting that intention, being mindful, being aware, being in the energy of setting the intention, allowing something bigger inside of you or outside of you to show up. So it's not you forcing the steps to show up, it's you setting the intention, and from flow, let it show itself. And then stay watchful. Stay watchful from what's going on inside. Could be an idea, could be like this hunch or this feeling in the stomach, like inspiration. This is what I want to do. And you feel it when it's the right thing. Could also be an external cue. So, like I said, stay watchful here because awareness is a big thing. So, you set the intention, and maybe tomorrow you see something, you walk by and you see a gallery that you didn't see before. Let's stay with the art theme here. You see a gallery and you just look at it and you feel like this is it. There's something happening here. And you just walk in there, see what's going on. Maybe there's even a gallery owner in there. You speak with the gallery owner. It's just coming up for me right now. So that's external cue, or you got the internal cue. But if you talk about external cue, one word that came to my mind is that's kind of like synchronicity here showing itself up. Now, one thing that I've learned through so many years now, plus 30 years of business, is that when this inspiration, and there's a big difference, this is not force. When this inspiration shows up, whether it's inside or whether it's external, here's one thing that I've learned. And this thing that I'm sharing with you now, it's actually just speed. Capture the thing immediately. And when I say capture, it can be a note, it can be on your app, but even more importantly, it can't be that you just do it right away. Let's say you walk, you see this gallery, you have this, wow. Something is just telling you wow, or you feel drawn to it. Don't walk in there. Don't walk away, walk in there, because these are can be like signs. And if we use these signs correctly, it's kind of like your universe, my universe, will say, okay, this person is listening. Okay, I put out the signs, the person is acting. Cool, we can do that again. Whereas if we don't listen, if we don't act on it, and if we don't act on it right away, my idea with this is kind of like the universe is saying, okay, you ask and I deliver to you, but you're not actually doing anything. Okay, I'm not sure I'm going to deliver next time or the time after. And I've seen this because when I was in my $1.5 million debt back in 2012, when I signed up for my first seminar, I had the intention, I shared this, but I had the intention, first day I need a coach because I got to get out of my $1.5 million debt. And this intention, it's like I imagined it, I saw it, it was like it came through me. I need a coach, I need the right coach. And you know what, 2 hours after, I met a guy in the break and he said, you know what, we had a coffee together and he said, you know what, I know the right guy for you. I know the coach that's going to help you. And this was not like, okay, I'm going to think about it. This was like, okay, how can I get in touch with him? I just followed the flow in this. And we set up a call. This guy helped me to set up a call with his friend. And we met day after I came home from London online, and we talked. He heard my situation. He had been through this. He had helped people go through this. And he said, okay, here's my offer. Think about it. I was so scared, but I did exactly what I'm suggesting here. I actually said, cool, let's do it. I didn't have the money. I was in a $1.5 million debt. I didn't know this guy. I just felt, okay, something wants me to join this. I did. And in less than 4 years, I paid off my debt. I created a team of 60 people. And it was scary when it happened, but it was not from force. It was not from force. So I hope this helped you. Now, the next thing that I want to invite you to, is actually to practice trust. This is a big word for me this last few weeks, and I've shared it in the SKOOL communities, because when we are on this journey of manifesting our desires, whether we are a community owner, whether we are an artist or an entrepreneur, having a plumber company or a cleaning company, whatever we're doing, trust is a big word for me, because I wanted to step out of the forcing things. I wanted to step out of the chasing everything. I wanted to step into I choose and I allow. And if nothing arises, which happens, sometimes it takes time. And my old pattern, I hope this helps you, is just to begin running and just to begin chasing. Instead of that, trust that everything will happen as it should. So you set the intention, things are showing up for you. Just trust this. Trust when things are showing up that you follow it and you just do it and act on it. And then a quality check here. There's one thing that came to me also, and this is, are these steps, or is this step aligned? And here are 3, we could call them filters. The first one is likeness. There's closeness and repeatable. And likeness, like it feels good. And closeness, like just do it right now, like close it right now. And repeatedly, you can do it again and again and again. And yes, sometimes it might be a little bit out of the comfort zone. We might have fear showing up, like I did with this coach. But I still felt the magnetic pull in this. I still felt that this is the right thing. And with my videos, or a painter doing art, can I do this again and again and again? Yes. Do I understand that when I do this again and again and again, I will get better? I will learn to express myself even more. I will learn to let that higher power from inside of me or from outside of me come through me, and just let it out there. And with that expression, people will see that, people will hear that, people will smell that, whatever it is a person is doing, and feel that pull, feel that wow, feel that something is stirring inside of them. And this is just like this is good to go through these. Okay, is it light? Is it easy for me to do this? Is it, or at least I know there might be fear, but is it something that feels good? And then can I do it fast? And then can I repeat it? So I think actually this was it. I would actually love for you, when you listen to this video, when you watch this video, one thing that I would invite you to is sit down right away and just ask yourself, am I clear on my vision? If you are not, then that's another case. But if you are, and what this video is about, you don't know what your next steps are, just do the breathing exercise and ask yourself, what are my next steps? If you're a painter, paint it. If you're a singer, sing it. And if you are not, then just ask for the image to show up. All right? And then please drop in the comments what shows up for you. I would love to hear that. And also a couple of days after, I would love some amazing stories of things showing up for you. So remember, what I'm sharing here is not about you forcing things. It's about you feeling things, and you repeat it, and you repeat following the flow. And if you want, this is part of our manifestation community. If you want, you are more than welcome to check us out. It's still free to join us, and there's a link below this video. I will see you in the next video, hopefully, and lots of love.